We Live in Time is out in theaters, directed by John Crowley, who previously made Brooklyn and The Goldfinch, starring Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield. It's a drama told non-linearly, with scenes jumping back and forth between the past, the present, and the future, telling the story of a relationship between Almut, a successful cook, and Tobias, an analyst working for a multinational company. They meet when she accidentally runs him over, and it turns out he's just in the middle of the divorce. So they sort of hit it off, begin seeing each other, and then their relationship has ups and downs across the years until Almut is diagnosed with cancer. Serious enough that there is a possibility that she might not survive, and so she's pulled between being with her family, with Tobias and her daughter, and being treated to stay alive with them for as long as possible, or using her potentially last months on Earth to pursue a prestigious cooking competition, so that she can say she achieved something in life, so that she can feel she didn't spend her final days lying on her deathbed. So I went into this film with low expectations, because from the trailers it looked like fairly standard fare melodrama, and it kind of is, if I'm being honest, except I still found it rather good for two reasons. Reason number one, I thought that the cooking competition plotline is very good and introduces an element to the film which I really, really enjoy seeing explored in art: the conflict between personal ambition and relationships. The question of how much are you willing to sacrifice to achieve something for yourself, to leave behind a legacy, and is that legacy worth potentially hurting those around you? I mean, my favorite movie of all time is Whiplash, so you can probably understand why I enjoyed this aspect of the film. I thought it's a pretty compelling conflict, and the movie did a good job of making me understand both of these characters. On the one hand, I did sympathize with Almut and her drive and ambition, understood her desire to be on top, especially as she's repeatedly established as a competitive but also kind of a selfish person. And on the other hand, I of course felt that she went too far, that she was too selfish and didn't stop to think about her family. And the scene with Andrew Garfield, throwing away the handwritten invitations, was truly heartbreaking. However, I would say that still, even with this plotline, the movie would be okay at best, but what elevates it to a solid film is the second of my reasons for liking it, and that is these two central actors. Garfield and Pugh are both excellent. I bought their chemistry from the very first scene together. I thought that the relationship felt real and believable. Yes, they play opposites of each other, but opposites do attract, and I was fully immersed in their relationship throughout the entire runtime. I think that both of them are very talented actors individually, but together they manage to bring that extra spark to the film that really elevates it above what the script on its own would be. And as far as the nonlinear structure, I saw some people liking it, others criticizing it. I personally don't have a strong opinion on it. I don't think it makes or breaks the film necessarily. It was easy enough to follow for me, and occasionally knowing what comes next did not spoil anything, but neither did I think that it enhanced the experience in a significant way. I also liked the humor, aside from maybe the gas station scene where maybe it just goes a bit too much. I thought it was fairly toned down and fitting the rest of the film, as well as the types of characters presented and the relationship. So yeah, I liked it. I think it's a good example of a film that would probably be mid in the hands of lesser performers, but the two leads managed to make it better simply with their presence.